Gators. Let's go, Gators! Alright, for your info, I've been liking Florida since 2006 when Chris Lee was the quarterback when they beat Ohio State in the national championship game. I never forget it. That was a great team. Also, another great team was that 2018 with Tim Tebow. I never forget that roster, man. You had guys like Tim Tebow. They had a backfield with Jeff Demps, Chris Rainey, Brandon James. They also had wide receivers like Percy Harvin, who went to play, had a great NFL career. Riley Cooper before the racist accusations. They had Deontay Thompson. Yeah, Deontay Thompson. They had tight end Aaron Hernandez before he went to prison, of course. I mean, man, that's also a sad story right there. They had a killer defense, guys. On that defensive end, those two defensive ends, you had Jermaine Cunningham, you had Carlos Dunlap. You had linebackers like Brandon Spikes. You had a super secondary. You had guys like Joe Hayden, Matt Elam, Armad Black, Major Wright. I never forget in the 2008 national championship games versus Oklahoma, that hit that separated that offensive player from the ball by Major Wright was amazing. Man, Oklahoma was done after that big hit by Major Wright. I never forget it. The announcer was like, the hit by Major Wright. I never forget that game. That was a great game. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the Florida Gators football team. They are making a lot of changes this coming year, guys. I mean, of course, they got rid of Dan Mullen. They got Coach Billy Napier from Louisiana Raging Cajuns. We'll talk a little bit about him just a little bit. But they got a new athletic facility. I mean, it is great. It is world class. If you ever go to Gainesville, you might want to tour that athletic facility. It is amazing, okay? It is amazing down there in Gainesville. Also, you have new coaches. You got two offensive line coaches for Billy Napier. Maybe it's for the running game and passing game. I don't know, but he got two offensive line coaches. I have never seen that before. Also, you got a lot of coaches out there. You got a lot of help, new strength and conditioning coach. But anyway, Florida is one of the most diverse schools in the nation. It is also one of the best overall schools in the nation if you want to talk about academics and sports all together. You know, in academics, the University of Florida is a top 30 university, public university. I'm leaving out the private universities, stuff like that. But public universities, it is one of the best in the nation. Okay, it's a top 30, if not top 25. Also, when it comes to sports like college football, college basketball, college baseball, college track, volleyball, golf, they have won a national championship in all those men's sports, and even some women's sports, even baseball. They won in baseball. So you see when you get my point about University of Florida. They won national championship in football in 1996, 2006, and 2008. Okay. So let's go to Coach Billy Napier. Billy Napier will enter his first season as a head coach for the University of Florida, kicking Dan Mullen out of the office. Guys, this Florida has got to do better. Hopefully, this is the coach for Florida because before Dan Mullen, they had Will Muschamp, and before Will Muschamp, they had Jim McElwain. You know, Jim McElwain did 3 years. Will Muschamp did 4 years. Dan Mullen did 4 years. So that was a total of 11 terrible years with bad coaching. So I'm glad all those coaches are gone. Now we got Bill Napier. Oh, by the way, since he lost to Texas at Louisiana, they lost to Texas first game of the year at Louisiana. They lost to them. What was the score? Never mind the score, but he went 13-0. Okay, since he lost to Texas at the beginning of the year. So he's on a 13-game winning streak as a head coach. So he would enter Florida defending a 13-game winning streak right before they play Utah the first game of the season. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about how I feel about that. This year they had the 17th best recruiting class this year. Last year they had the 12th best recruiting class. The year before, back in 2020, the COVID year, they had the 9th best recruiting class, and in 2019 they had the 9th best recruiting class. If you are some Dan Mullen fans out there saying, "Oh, he had Florida going 11-2 one year," well, that's because the schedule was bad. Okay, if we did not play cupcake teams that year, the only good teams we played was LSU and Georgia in 2019, and we lost to the only good teams we faced on that roster. Kentucky was garbage, hot doo doo garbage. Missouri was garbage. Vanderbilt was garbage. South Carolina was garbage. Everybody in the SEC East was terrible. I mean, they was bottom feeders. It was so top heavy, and that's what the SEC East has been top heavy until this year, because now Florida's gonna be pretty good. Kentucky's gonna be good. Tennessee's gonna be good, and Georgia's gonna be good. Those are four teams, and don't South Carolina is they are capable of beating people. Okay, so I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna win 6, 7 games, but they're capable of beating people. Okay, all right. But anyway, this guy's defending his 13-game winning streak, so we'll see how it happens. I mean, this is gonna be very interesting for Florida. But anyway, I think Florida has went downhill since after 2009 year when we figured out that Cam Newton stole those laptops and he got kicked out of the University of Florida. That's when Florida National Championship hopes stopped right then and there. If they would have had, and by the way, Cam Newton had 3 schools to choose from after he left Blaine College. He had Oklahoma, Mississippi State, and Auburn. Auburn probably paid him the most money out of everybody. So, I mean, that's probably what happened. But anyway, he went to Auburn, and you know what happened. Auburn won their national championship. So, basically, Auburn paid for their national championship. If Cam Newton would have stayed at Florida, he probably would have won Florida 2 national championships, okay? Because if I'm not mistaken, he won at Blaine College, and then he went to Auburn and won the national championship. That Auburn had beat Oregon. I never forget it. So, I mean, guys, we had to start John Bradley, okay? Y'all, if you know how I feel about John Bradley is probably one of the worst starting quarterbacks at Florida. Jacoby Brissett, he came in back in 2011, 2012. If he would have never transferred, that would have been good because, first of all, Jacoby Brissett is still a starting quarterback. And actually, he would probably be starting for the Cleveland Browns this year in the NFL because, you know, Deshaun Watson may be suspended those 11 games. But anyway, Jeff Driscoll was the starting quarterback from 2012, 2014. You had Tyler Murphy was a starting quarterback for only 2013. He transferred. Will Grier, this is the one I'm pissed off about. Will Grier went 6-0, guys, back in 2015. We went 6-0. Okay, we was beating everybody. Right before the LSU game, the rivalry game, Will Grier got suspended. Okay. And we were gonna beat them, okay? That was right before the LSU game. I never forget it, man. And he went to West Virginia the next year and took West Virginia to the Big 12 championship game. Ask West Virginia, do they like Will Grier? I guarantee they like Will Grier. And they haven't done anything in the Big 12 since Will Grier left. And Will Grier is actually still in the NFL. Now, the next after Will Grier left, Felipe Franks became the starting quarterback, okay? Guys, he's terrible, okay? The only reason Felipe Franks won a lot of games at Florida, a few games at Florida, because of that defense and those offensive weapons. That is it. Arkansas fans, I'm sure they didn't like him. I mean, he didn't do anything to Arkansas because he lost the game they should have won at Arkansas. I guarantee you, Arkansas fans are saying right now that KJ Jefferson is 1,000 times better than Felipe Franks. Felipe Franks is trash, okay? Get him up out of the NFL. He won't be for the NFL very long. Another quarterback is Emory Jones. Emory Jones, he was the starting quarterback last year between him and Anthony Richardson. But now the starting quarterback officially is Anthony Richardson. I am so proud of Florida fans, and I'm so proud of Florida coaches of getting rid of Emory Jones, letting Anthony Richardson know for sure that he's the starting quarterback. Because, guys, when you officially start, you only got to look behind you. You get to play with confidence. So that's the thing about my man, Anthony Richardson. Don't call it AR-15 because on Twitter he said don't call it AR-15. Just come up with another nickname. But anyway, like I said, now we have a quarterback, okay? This guy can throw 120 yards, okay? This guy's good, okay? So, as starting quarterback, of course, we got Anthony Richardson. I am so glad that he's playing this season. He's starting this season. This is a good thing for Florida fans. It's a good thing for Florida program. If this guy can be consistent, there's no stopping Florida, okay? There's no stopping this guy. Last year, he was inconsistent with 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, only completed 59% of his passes. He had 529 passing yards, 401 rushing yards, and 3 touchdowns. This year, those stats would be multiplied, okay? He would double these stats by a lot, okay, this year because he would be the man for this program, and nobody can stop him, okay? He might not be as good as Cam Newton, but he'd probably be better than KJ Jefferson. I think Anthony Richardson can be just as good, if not better, than KJ Jefferson is for Arkansas. That is how good Anthony Richardson is. Okay, at running back, of course, they got a transfer from Louisiana. Billy Napier brought on Montreal Johnson. He's a very productive back. They also got Naquan Wright and Lorenzo Lingard, and they also got Travis Etienne, little brother Trevor Etienne. Okay, they also got DeMarcus Bowe. But that is a strength for Florida fans, okay? For Florida Gators. Guys, if you're a Florida fan, you have to be excited for this backfield. This backfield is loaded. This is probably one of the most loaded backfields in the SEC this year. So be on the lookout for these running backs I just named. At wide receiver, we had Copen. He ran off to Maryland, so we don't have Jacob Copen anymore. But guess what? We have Justin Shorter. Justin Shorter would probably be our best wideout. We also got receivers like Xavier Henderson and Trent Whitemore and Ricky Pearson. Ricky Pearson is a transfer out of Arizona State. The good thing is that these wide receivers are all upperclassmen. Okay, so that is a good thing. You won't have any freshmen starting at wide receiver this year for Florida. So that is a good thing for Florida fans. Also, you got guys at the. Let's talk about the defense, guys. Okay, so Florida had the 51st best defense in all of college football. I'm not used to that. They need to be better, okay? They need to be better. So we need to be able to stop the run in big games. In big games, we can never stop the run, okay? All right. So at defense end, we got guys like Brenton Cox. We got a tackle, he will play the nose. We got Jalen Lee. We got at the other end, we got Javon Dexter. So, and after that, we got a lot of young guys, but they're highly talented, highly recruited coming into Florida. So we will have a very good team next year coming in at the defensive line. So we got a lot of depth there. Now at linebacker, the linebackers are probably the strong suit, maybe. We do got a Utah transfer, Mohamed Diabate. Ventrell Miller will return. Everybody know that he'll be coming back from his season injury. His season-ending injury. Wow, can't talk today. Okay, but anyway, I'm just that excited. I can't even talk today. But anyway, he will be coming back. He had a torn bicep. The COVID year now, in 2020 COVID year, Ventrell Miller led the whole team in tackles. So that's tell you how good this guy is. Also, we got Amari Burney. He would help out at linebacker. We also got at corner now. We got Avery Ham and Jason Marshall. Our corner would probably be our weakness this year. But anyway, we got Jason Marshall that will help out. Now at safety, we got two good safeties. We got Trey Dean and Rashad Terrence. Okay, so I can even rank the defense for you. I can rank the whole team for you. Okay, if I wanted to rank top 10 Gators, this is how I would go. I got Anthony Richardson would probably be the best Gator on the team. Brenton Cox at linebacker, second best. Ventrell Miller, third best. Jason Marshall, cornerback, he would be very good. Look out for him. Osiris Torrance is a transfer out of Louisiana. Billy Napier liked him a lot. He recruited him back to come with him from Louisiana Raging Cajuns to Florida. So be on the lookout for him, guys. He's 6'5", 335 pounds. This is a big dude. At number 6, you got Trey Dean at safety. Number 7, you got a 6'6", 313-pound defensive tackle, Javon Dexter. Number 8, you got Rashad Torrance. He's another safety. At number 9, you got Justin Shorter, the wide receiver. And then number 10, you got Montreal Johnson, of course. So between Montreal and the other running back, they will be playing. Montreal and Naquan Wright will be probably the two starters at running back. Okay, so that will probably be your running back system. Now let's get into their schedule, guys. This is what I got right here. As you can see, I have the schedule for the Florida Gators here. Now, with that being said, everybody know about this game right here. This is a huge game. Utah on September the 3rd, facing Utah. Utah would have to travel how many miles? 2,100 miles just to play Florida. This would be a very, very good game. Utah is a very good, disciplined team. Kyle Whittingham is a great coach, okay? He's a great coach. He's been around Utah for a while. I think the early 2000s when he became the head coach for Utah, if I'm not mistaken. But he's a good coach. A few people have Utah in the college football playoffs this year, especially their fans. Utah fans have them in the college football playoffs, of course. They will be preseason number 7 this game. Utah is only a 1-point favorite. That is very interesting because first of all, this is a night game in Florida. This will be a hot game. Florida will be playing very. They will have a lot of adrenaline pumping this game. Okay, a lot of adrenaline pumping. Okay, so, but guys, this is gonna be a hard decision for me. I have Florida losing this game, so I'm gonna write an L there. A L for Florida. Okay, see that L right there. Now the second game is another home game for Florida against Kentucky. Okay, now this game will be an ESPN game maybe, but guys, there I seen a lot of people on ESPN overhyping Kentucky. Man, I seen one guy, I forgot his name, on ESPN First Take. He had Kentucky as the third best team in the SEC over A&M and stuff like that, Tennessee and stuff. They're not the third best team in the SEC behind Bama and Georgia. The third best team in the SEC, I would probably have A&M. And probably even Tennessee over Kentucky. Kentucky's not the third best team in the SEC. Please, I have just for that, I have Florida winning this game. Anyway, I think that this game at home for Florida, they will have a tough game against Utah, and they will be highly motivated for the next game to beat Kentucky. So I have Florida winning this game. So now we at 1-1 before we play South Florida. Guys, I don't have this one. I think South Florida only won one game last year. One game. Okay? They're not beating Florida. That's a win for Florida. South Florida will lose that game. Okay? Now, next we face Tennessee at Tennessee. Okay? At Rocky Top. And everybody know that Henry Hooker is a Heisman candidate this year. He might be in the top 10 Heisman voting by the end of this year. He is a good quarterback. He actually almost beat Alabama last year. That was a good game. If those of you that did not see that Tennessee-Alabama game, you need to go on YouTube and watch that game, okay? You need to go watch that game. All right? That was a great game. All right? So, let me turn this off. Okay, so now we're looking at this, guys. Now we're looking at the schedule. I don't think you'll beat Tennessee on the road, okay? So I have an L. Now we at 2-2 before we play Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington, this is a cupcake game. That is a win for Florida easily. That is a win for Florida, okay? Now we're at Missouri. Now, you better beat Missouri. Y'all lost to Missouri last year. Dan Mullen, you lost to Missouri last year 24-23 in overtime. I was pissed about that game. We better beat Missouri this year. Okay, so I'm going to win for Florida against Missouri. Now we are at we're at 4-2. The first 6 games of the year before we play our rivalry LSU. Okay, guys, LSU has been on a 3-year winning streak versus us. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, there will be so much talent on this team and LSU team coming October the 15th. Okay. I have Florida winning this one. I think that we would not lose 4 games in a row against LSU. Florida is favored by 3.5 points, okay? So I have Florida winning this game, okay? And matter of fact, before I even found out that Florida was favored this game, I was going to pick Florida anyway because I just don't think that LSU would beat Florida 4 times in a row, okay? All right, now we have Jacksonville game, the world greatest cocktail party versus Georgia on October the 29th. Georgia will be good, okay? Their defense will not be as good they were last year. I think last year in the first round they had, 5 defensive players in the first round maybe? I mean, they had a great defensive line. I'm sorry, defensive players, not just defensive line. Defensive players overall. I think they had 5 players go in the first round in the NFL draft in the first round, okay? I expect Georgia to win this game. I will not talk about Georgia what they have because I don't like Georgia. I don't care for Georgia. I can't stand Georgia and their fans, okay? I dislike Georgia. Georgia, Florida State, LSU, get out of here. Don't care nothing about you. Don't care. Hope y'all go lose every game, but that's not going to happen, okay? But anyway, now you can rattle Stetson Bennett, okay? He is Georgia's starting quarterback. He can be rattled. If we somehow can rush really good and defend the run, we got a great chance to beat Georgia. Okay. However, I don't know about that. So I'm putting the L for that team for Florida. Okay. Anyway, Texas A&M. The next game we face Texas A&M at Texas A&M in Aggie Land, and so we, my friends, are a 7.5 point underdog versus Texas A&M. I'm picking us to lose this game because I believe Texas A&M is an overall better and talented team than we are this season. Okay, only this season. And next year they may be too because they had the #1 recruiting class this year. Okay, they beat Bama in recruiting. That is remarkable. Okay, that is insane, amazing. Okay, beating Bama in recruiting. Okay, now the next game we face South Carolina. This, my friends, is an interesting game. Okay, however, Florida, the Gators winning. These last 3 games, guys, we should be winning these games. Okay, we play Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt. It doesn't matter where this game is at. Okay, this game should be a win for Florida Gators. Now, this is a tricky game versus Florida State. We face Florida State at Tallahassee. Okay, we are underdog by 2 points. 2 points. Okay, now if we somehow can outdo a quarterback, you got Anthony Richardson and whoever Florida State quarterback is. I forgot. I know I did a. Those of you that saw my Florida State preview, look at what I said about that quarterback. But anyway, I have Florida winning this game. Okay, we're beating Florida State. So now we at 8-4. Okay, 8-4. We're at 8-4. Okay, 8-4. This is what I got Florida going about this year, 8-4. Okay, this is pretty good. I mean, if you're not a Florida fan, you might say, "Hey, Florida's not winning 3 games. They're not winning 4 games. They're not winning 5 games." Guys, just with Eastern Washington, South Florida, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt alone, that's 4 wins. Okay, that's 4 wins automatic. So we winning 4 or more games. Okay, so I'm not worried about you haters out there saying that Florida's not going to win 4 games. Okay. Also, Florida State, LSU, and Kentucky and Utah are winnable games for Florida. Okay, very winnable. Even the Utah game, we're only a 1-point underdog, guys. 1-point underdog. Utah had to travel 2,400 miles. 2,400 miles to play us. Okay, we have a great chance of beating these guys. Let me know in the comment section about the games I was right, the games I was wrong in. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching. And stay tuned for the next video.